on, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Cork 5 podcast. I am your host, J.R. Hobbs, and we also have my co-host slash partial host owner, whatever you want to call him, Eric, the BMX Boomer. Eric, how are you doing today?
Major stockholder. I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Don't ever call me Boomer again.
But that's how what you've always been referred to, man. It's always been Eric's the BMX Boomer.
I've never liked it. Well,
you never expressed that. All right, Eric.
That's my feelings.
Eric, Father Time BMXer. How's that? First off, what I want to say is I love your hoodie that you're wearing today. That is a classic.
You like that? That's a limited edition. I feel like you don't see a lot of these.
That was one of the first hoodies I had made, and it was actually made in Pakistan and sent over to the US.
Nice.
So, great stuff.
That's how you know it's high quality. It actually is probably one of the more high quality hoodies that I have. It's like a really nice length. It feels good. It's light enough where I can wear it around in the house, thick enough where I can throw a windbreaker or something over it in the wintertime. It's nice.
Not even a minute into the episode, we have a promotion. But today I think this is a pretty relevant topic that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about kind of BMX bikes not being allowed in skate parks and kind of how that's been an issue, because last week I saw this crazy Instagram video that I'm going to share with you guys of a dude just simply having fun riding his bike at a skate park when it goes awry. So Eric, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show this to you.
All right. I'm ready to be upset.
Oh, you're going to be
I'm ready to be mad.
All right, let's see if this is the right. All right, perfect. Here we go.
All right. Are they in what country are they in? Do you know?
I think, well, Kevin Pross, it was in Brazil.
Okay. Man, the cop's got the berets. That's cool.
Dude.
Whoa, dude. Easy.
Great shot.
Okay. The dog's right.
Oh, there it is. Boom. Taste. Did they get him again with it? No, they just.
I wonder.
Homie didn't even go down.
Yeah, he just kind of took it.
Like,
I wonder. I don't speak Spanish or whatever. You know, pardon my ignorance. Whatever language that they're speaking, maybe it is Portuguese. Oh yeah, Brazil would be Portuguese.
Yep.
So I wonder if he was diffusing or if he was like instigating. Regardless, like who gives a shit? Like, still not an excuse to like treat him like that. That was pretty stupid. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously we don't know really the background of what's going on and stuff, but I mean, if the story is that the dude was just riding a skate park and then the cops pulled up.
This comment here says that this was in Brazil, not Portugal. Okay, so it was Brazil. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, there could have been other stuff outside of it. I sort of watched this stuff. I think this is him being arrested and taken off to jail.
Yeah, that's just it's just ridiculous.
But I mean, in the background and stuff, I do see. I mean, it looks pretty empty to me. First off. Got a couple skaters there not wearing helmets. I wish we had subtitles or something. Yeah, they're really focusing on this one guy, but it looks like there's like a couple.
Yeah, he doesn't seem aggravated. He doesn't seem, you know.
Yeah, he looks like
he's just like, dude, I'm riding a bike. What's your deal? So, yeah, I mean. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, this is the first one. This is them walking.
He's got some Odyssey highways though.
Yeah,
it's good. Good handlebars. That's what I run.
I mean, yeah, I don't see any of the bikers and stuff. Maybe he was the only BMXer, but I mean, still, first off, the park isn't flooded. It's not crowded and stuff. So this is, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is kind of
it's a bunch of horseshit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean. This is something that's pretty prominent in Florida. I don't know about you guys where you live, but there are a bunch of skate parks. For instance, this park, this is the biggest. This is so sad. Eric, I think you would love this park. I've never ridden it. I know people who go there specifically on Thanksgiving to ride and sneak in, but I know they get a pretty hefty fine. This is in Lakeland, about an hour from me. And
Yeah.
then you got this big old bowl. You got like a nice bowl with a bunch of hips and stuff. I know there's like a snake run and street section.
Yeah.
Um, Funny enough, I actually went there once and I got up to the gate and I had like 3 dudes. It was kind of raining out. It wasn't very busy. And we were like, oh, let's just see what happens.
Mm.
And out of nowhere, this little scooter kid comes running up. This little like white 13-year-old scooter kid starts dropping N-bombs at me, yelling at me to turn around and starts swearing at me up and down. Then he slams the gate right in front of me. And like the metal poles that go down from the gate to stick in the
Yeah.
ground to keep it locked.
Yeah.
He slams it down and starts stamping on it with his scooter, yelling, "Bikes fucking ruined, skate parks, idiot, get the fuck out of here." And I look at him like, dude, you're wrecking it right there. It was so, dude, I was just like, it was wild. It was a very wild encounter. But
It
I
sucks.
don't know, Eric, what about you with kind of parks up in the Ohio area?
Ohio's okay. There's a few parks that don't allow bikes where they're not really worth going to. There's a skate plaza in a newer or it's a newer skate plaza
Mhm.
that was built by Rob Dyrdek's foundation or whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't allow bikes, but I know people sneak in there sometimes. I think that's pretty fucking lame.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that people have like tweeted him or whatever, hit him up on Instagram, like try to tell him about it, and he just like doesn't care. I know
Yeah,
that
he's
he's a
tough.
skateboarder or whatever, but he definitely has like BMX homies or whatever, and I
Mhm.
think that's just horseshit. The worst one in our area isn't in Ohio. It's right across the river going into West Virginia, and it's
Mhm.
called the Wheeling 24-hour park.
Okay.
It's an absolutely beautiful skate park. It has something for everybody. And it's really, really cool. There is this strange lady, and you can actually find articles about her. There's
Let me
this
see
strange
here.
lady. Yeah, it's so fun.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. Um, there's a strange lady down there who apparently was on some type of committee to help get that skate park built
Mhm.
there in Wheeling. And she lives just down the road, and she personally monitors it to keep BMXers out.
Really?
Yeah, it's super embarrassing to be a woman in your 40s or 50s, and this is like all you actually like care about.
What's
And
her
so
attachment to it? Was her like son a
I think her
skater?
son was a skater,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if a BMXer bullied him or whatever, but she has some serious prejudice against BMXers and bikes in that skate park. And
Uh-huh.
I've actually been a victim of her horseshit before.
Really?
Yeah, so she came and kicked me. We were on a road trip down there, and we went down there, and she came down and was freaking out and yelling at me, and I pretended. She was like, "Can't you read that?" That was the first thing she said to me. "Can't you read the sign?
Mhm.
No bikes allowed." And I said, "Ma'am, no, I can't read." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, I can't read. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Like, I had
Yeah.
no education growing up." She's like, "Oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah." She started kind of freaking out. So
Mhm.
she said she was going to call the cops and this and that. And one of the guys I was on the trip with had not a warrant in West Virginia, but had a warrant in Ohio. So like, we're not trying to get in trouble.
Right.
So we ran over to the car as fast as we could. We took the license plate off the car and hid it inside the car and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. So she's like legit getting in our faces, screaming at us, saying bikes aren't
Mhm.
allowed and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And I know that one of the skateboarders sold us out. Like, what a fucking narc. Like,
Yeah.
skateboarding is this like counterculture, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like fuck authority and all this stuff. And like for a skateboarder to like rat anybody out for anything, I just think
Mhm.
is like such fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's what I
So
was about to say. Like
yeah,
when I was at Lakeland, I mean, everyone in the background was yelling, "No bikes allowed, read the sign, get out of here." And it's like, all right, dude, do you ride street?
exactly. Yeah.
Like, and then you get,
That is the magic bullet for this
yeah,
argument. Is do you
it's,
skate street? You do, then
mhm,
you have no fucking ground to stand
yeah,
on.
just zero.
Zero. Yeah.
Unless they're wearing knee pads and they have a
You don't
birdhouse
follow
board and
rules
they
about
just
that.
ride vert.
Yeah, exactly. You don't follow rules. We don't follow rules. We're doing the same stuff. We all ride the same things. But
Mhm.
long story longer, this lady got up in my face. This is back in the day of like flip phones.
Mhm.
She got up in my face and she's like, "I'm calling the fucking cops." And I was like, you're going for a swim. And I grabbed her phone and I fucking threw it in the river.
Dude, you encountered the first Karen.
Yeah, I did. She's like she's like the, you know, like Aliens too, with like the
Yeah,
mother,
the one that's
like
like
the
hanging out
mother alien. That's
like
her.
that.
She laid
Okay.
all the Karens. But I
Jesus.
grabbed her phone, I fucking threw it in the river.
Damn. Well, good for you. I bet that felt freaking amazing. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, obviously that argument of like if you ride street, then you shouldn't have a problem or you should get it or just like shut the hell up doesn't work with city council. I've seen like a lot of it's the reasons I've heard because I'll call Lakeland. I've called Lakeland multiple times and like the city, it's all city funded. It's all
Yep.
public.
Yep.
First, I do actually want to say like this whole bike should be allowed in skate parks. I'm saying public skate parks.
Public skate
Anything
park.
that's run by the government, if you have a private skate
Totally.
park, for instance, totally fine. Do whatever you want to do. That's totally
Yeah.
up to you.
Raise mountain bike or sorry,
Mhm.
raise bike park is no different. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to skate in there because it's a private thing. That totally makes sense. I get that.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
Spot, I don't ride Spot that much, but over in Tampa, if Spot one day decided no more bikes, it sucks, but okay, it is
Yeah,
what it
but
is.
that's their thing.
Private, totally private.
Yeah, but if you
So,
have taxpayers building that
mhm,
place and maintaining it, and some of those taxpayers are, you know, BMX riders who ride the exact same thing that you built, and it's
mhm,
purpose built for them, whether you want it to be or not. We built this skate park was built by Team Pain, and they don't have one BMXer on their crew, and this and that, blah blah blah. It's still a purpose built facility
yep,
for skating, inline skating, BMXing, as much as I'd hate to say scooters.
yep,
You know, like it's built for all of these things, and all of these disciplines or hobbies or whatever you want to call them should be able
mhm,
to enjoy it if it's publicly funded and maintained.
yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what does suck because I feel like there's just like when I for with calling Lakeland, I called them up and said, "Hey, I'm traveling down to Florida. Saw the skate park anyway. I could ride my BMX bike. Just wanted to, I don't know, do a little bit of a fib." But they said, "Oh, we used a different type of coping on the ramps that's not built for bikes."
Well,
Ooh, eh? What?
aluminum foil? What
Yeah, like I don't know
what did you
what you're
use?
but yeah, I mean,
That's
so
stupid.
that's it's just there's a weird kind of
Yeah.
misconception about that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're skateboarding, biking, scooters, rollerblades, and stuff. It's all going to cause damage. You're going to grind stuff. You're causing friction. Bikes are bigger, but really the surface area is the same exact as skateboard trucks, you
Yeah.
know? And the bolts
Yeah.
on side of wheels, those chip up concrete. Look at the end of any stair set or up any Euro, it's torn to shreds within the
Sure.
first month of it being
Now
open.
something I will say is, like, in the days of like steel pegs and steel bar
Mhm,
ends, I could see that here in the north, or really in the south, with any ramps that are made out of like real wood or like
mhm.
outdoor skate light, I could see, you know, just the physics behind it. I could see bikes causing slightly more damage.
Yeah.
I don't see, even with the days of steel pegs and steel bar ends, um, I don't see a bike causing more damage on concrete, coping,
Mhm.
maybe pool coping, probably with
Yeah.
the steel pegs, and that kind of thing. But that's not the reality of the situation anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
1 out of 20 dudes is going to ride steel pegs now.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of
No one
just
rides metal bar ends anymore. Now,
nobody rides metal
I used to
bars.
be a metal pedal guy. Now I'm the Alienation footholds, which has the metal pins in the
Yeah,
plastic. They're a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
cheaper.
yeah.
They feel better and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's
So,
another and this will be another podcast later. That's another you know, mountain bike technology making its way to
mhm.
BMX.
Yeah,
You know, like
that'd be great to
the
cover.
mountain bikes have had those kinds of pedals forever, but yeah, I don't understand where the stigma came from. I don't
Mhm.
understand why it's perpetuated.
Yep.
I think my biggest issue of why the stigma is perpetuated is you look at these nationally televised or very you know, tons and tons of views stuff like X Games or Simple Session or,
Mhm.
you know, whatever, and all these things are built and everybody's skating them or everybody's riding BMX on them. It's clear that we all enjoy the same things when it comes
Yep.
to a skate park or a skate plaza kind of situation, We all ride it, and it's still here.
Mhm.
You know, it's still happening, and
Yeah.
it's really stupid. Really
Yeah, and
sucks.
it does suck because now that BMX is in the Olympics, I don't know how you guys feel about that or anything like that. I personally think it's great. Again, that could be another subject that we talk about later on. But now that it's in the
That could
Olympics,
be a point counterpoint, because
yeah.
I don't think it's great. So that'd be fun, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
We'll
anyways,
put
with it being
back burner.
yeah, with it being in the Olympics now, it should be like BMX should be a recognized sport. I think all like scootering and all that kind of stuff again later on should be in the Olympics. But now that it's something like gymnastics and all that kind of stuff, why can't now local BMXers at least have some sort of training facility? Like your local skate park can be your training facility because it's so expensive, and there's not gymnastic centers everywhere. There's not baseball fields, and like it's not like around as much as those. It's not as prevalent. So, you're just cutting access off to a kid who might see this on the TV and be like, I want to be an Olympian. Local skate park doesn't allow bikes in.
Too bad, kid.
Yeah. Crushed your dreams before they
Yeah.
even started.
Yeah.
So I do hope cities kind of start recognizing that, because it'd be, again, it's silly not to.
In the early 2000s, there was a BMX video that got put out called Access BMX. It was actually a really great video.
Right.
And the purpose of the video was to raise awareness about exactly what we're talking about. And I think to raise money to try to bring it to people's mindset. Yeah. And like city councils and stuff to knock that stuff off. It was actually kind of a groundbreaking video. I'm pretty sure that it was the first like
It's time for
whip to wall ride to whip or something. It was like Dave Asado. He did some type of wall ride whip combination that was like the first one, and that was supposed to be like the selling point. And it was
Really?
like, yeah, like Dave Asado, he did this like thing, like got to buy this Access BMX thing. I wonder if that's on YouTube or something, but if it is, we should put the link to it in the description.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's a stupid thing. It sucks that it's almost 2023 and we're still hearing about this, and then to see a guy getting tased and dragged out of a place over it. It's
no, he's still there. Dude, did we lose Eric? Oh, there you are.
Did I freeze up a little bit?
No, I think it was my internet. My bad, guys. I don't know what happened, but I did hear what you're saying. So
I spitting too much fire. Your internet.
Oh no, what is going on? Oh, my Wi-Fi is going in and out. There's currently a tropical storm coming through St. Pete.
Oh.
So it's hazy. It looks like we got full bars now. Sorry about that, guys. But going on next. I don't know if you've seen this video. Hold on.
Let's check it out.
All right, so again, here's another skate park. This is just like a little facility down in Gulfport.
Mani pad ledge, mani pad to
it's
ledge.
It's a fun jibby park. Thomas and I have been there a couple times. Maybe we'll go. And it's cool. It's right on the water and stuff. But last time I was riding there was actually a kid and his dad, and they were passing out flyers because there's a rec center, community funded rec center right next to this. And on a Saturday, no one was there. The lady came out, took a picture of the kid, and said he was banned from the skate park for life for riding his bike.
He was a BMXer?
No, he was just a kid on like a little Walmart bike, not even a BMXer.
Just like a little for life. What if he wants to skateboard in the future?
I don't know. They have
his
picture.
Bitch.
Right? Yeah, like next level. Like when I was there with Matt Copeland and stuff, when we heard that, we were like, "Wait, for life? Like not like a month or so?" He needs to be banned
from life, from happiness. Fuck her. That's bullshit.
So anyways, they were passing out flyers to raise awareness, to spread the story, because it was wild. But yeah, that's just something.
Wow,
that's so fun.
Wow.
Tonight, he wasn't even. He was rolling around.
What's that? Is that some type of Florida version of a Sasquatch back there running? What is that thing?
Oh, it's like a little.
What is that guy?
Skateboard guy.
Oh,
yeah.
It looked like some type of man monster running around in the mountain. Like, what is that?
Yeah, no, it's just some art that has the rules that explicitly. Oh, and then again, here's something. The rules explicitly say no bikes, but it also says helmets
But
required if you're under 18,
they're not
and
kicking anybody out of that for
not
that, I
kicking
bet.
anyone out for that. No
Right.
vaping, not getting kicked out for that.
Yeah.
So it's
What
like
rules are the most important? Why is
no
yeah.
bikes.
Yeah,
It's
it's bullshit.
it's crazy. I mean,
You know,
it's just like,
that reminds me of another skate park prejudice story.
let's hear it.
I was on a trip out in Arizona.
Hmm.
In Arizona 2003, 2004. Pardon me. There was some skate parks out there. They're absolutely amazing. They're still out there. One in Chandler,
Hmm.
one in Casa Grande, and it was skate only. And we knew because we had seen it in a Road Fools video that
Yeah.
it was a bust and you get in trouble for going there. And so we
Jesus,
went.
man.
I'm sorry. I need a lozenge.
Lozenge.
Can we get sponsored by Halls?
No, I want to be sponsored by Ricola.
Yeah, that works. Whatever.
Yeah.
And so we go out there knowing it's going to be a bust. And so the night before, we went to Walmart and we got these, like sticker packs that have like the whole alphabet on them.
Yeah.
So we got a sticker pack and we put on our bikes, skateboard bike, like as legit as possible. We made sure it was
Yeah.
all lined up and it looked really nice. And it said public park approved.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
We put those on our bikes, right? So we're riding and we pretty much have the whole park to ourselves. We're there in Chandler.
Uh-huh.
And the park there is under the jurisdiction of a park ranger,
Mhm.
not like a cop. They are police officers, but
Right.
law enforcement. So this park ranger comes up, he's like, "Get out, get your asses out," and we're like, "No, it's cool. We talked to the mayor, we're fine," and we just kept riding.
Dude, that's rad.
And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "We talked to the mayor. We got the stickers. They're handing them out. But you got to go through a bunch of red tape. It's a whole thing. You probably heard about it." He's like, "No, I haven't heard about it." And I was like, "Well, it's real." And we just kept riding, kept trying to
Dude.
ignore him. He we had a bunch of camera equipment set up
Mhm.
all over the place, and he started touching it, tearing it down, and
Oh.
trying to like move it. And my buddy got
Mhm.
really heated about it. He ran up to the guy, and the guy put him in like some type of a hold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I went over and got in the guy's truck, in the Ranger truck, and I took off.
Dude, it's Grand Theft Auto.
And I'm like driving across this like kind of like little patch of desert or whatever, and the dude starts running, but I throw my bike in the back of his truck.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of bring the truck to a halt, but I don't like put it in park or nothing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just letting it idle. And I grab my bike out. And so his truck's going this way. So no, he has the decision. Do I stop my truck from hitting a house or going
Uh-huh.
into a ditch or whatever? Or do I go stop this asshole? So while this is all happening, my friend is packing up all of our stuff. And we get into a car and I ride my back as fast as I can and basically just like throw it in the back of his car. And he had a hatchback and we got away with it. We didn't get in any kind of trouble or nothing. I think the guy was too embarrassed to
Jesus, dude. Dude, that's like
chase
zero from
after us.
holes.
But we went to another park
Mhm.
with those stickers, public park approved.
Yep.
And we're like, "Hey, we're good. We cleared this with the mayor. We're visiting. We're pros." We like totally bullshit. And so
Yeah.
we're pros. We're visiting with the mayor. We're here because we're potentially we told him we're potentially going to use this skate park for our next games event, and the mayor's really excited about bringing in money to the town. And the guy was like, "Oh, cool." He totally bought it.
Dude,
He
I gotta do
totally
that for
bought
a
it.
video. I got without stealing the truck, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that for a video. That
dude,
sounds
he
hilarious.
100% bought it, and we were like, "Okay."
Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. When he put him in that hole, I honestly thought he was gonna break his arm. So like,
Really?
as pissed as I am about seeing that video from when we started, like I'm not
Mhm.
surprised because these people will just find any excuse to hurt somebody. Like those guys don't give a shit about bikes or skateboarders.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
honestly.
mean? They're just looking for an excuse to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't have any stories like that. I'm
Mhm.
pretty low key about it.
This was I
For
mean, this is, this is before I turned 30 and calmed
was
down,
was this before? Because I know Chandler or whatever, they have a
Chandler.
bike specific skate park.
I think they had that now. At the
Okay, that
time,
wasn't
they didn't. They just had
okay.
one big, gorgeous,
Hmm.
beautiful skate park.
Yeah.
And they actually have in Casa Grande. I don't know if this is still there or not. It's been years since I rode there. In
Hmm.
Casa Grande, they had the doorway into the park was specifically built so you could not get a bike into it.
Oh, I've seen those where it's
Have
kind
you
of
seen
like the
those where it's like a
turnstile things,
T?
and it's yeah,
Yeah. But I
dude.
we figured out ways to get our bikes in.
Yeah.
We
No, I've
basically just launched our bikes over and then walked through.
Jesus. Yeah, I
Um,
haven't seen anything like those in Florida, but I've seen those in videos and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Be wild. Just to
yeah. I
keep
have to,
people from having fun.
yeah, I know it's terrible. It's awful. And I know sometimes there's like a concern of like safety or whatever because bikes go so much faster
Yeah, that's the
and
other argument that I
you
hear.
know,
It's like
but
bikes are so much faster and
it's
they're
true.
heavier.
And there, I mean, there's looking at the physics of it, it's fine, but there's still an inherent danger in
Mhm.
everything that you do. I mean, just there's also a greater danger with skateboards because the vehicle can get away from
Mm,
the rider, right?
yep.
And shoot out in front of people and trip people up.
It's
And
so
now
much faster.
you smashed your head on something where a bike typically it stays pretty close to you after a wreck or after a
Mm,
mishap. Sure, people could accidentally ghost ride their bike, but it's very, very rare. Where
yeah.
skateboards shooting out is like all the time. That's some skate park etiquette is bored when
Yep.
your board shoots away from you. And so I think there's inherent danger in everything when you
Hmm.
go to a skate park, and to assume just because the vehicle is a little bit heavier
Hmm.
and might travel a little bit faster. Have you seen some of these
Depending
street
on the
plaza
rider.
guys? Have you
Yeah.
seen these street plaza guys? They ride 3 miles per hour and everything that they do. They've never maxed out their gear in their
Hmm.
life,
Yep.
So it's just not like dogging on those guys or anything, but like
Yeah.
just saying like they're not riding fast.
Yeah.
And that's most riders these days.
Mhm.
Street plaza manual grind line guys. Like,
To exit ride to crank flip out. Sick.
yeah, Smith knows bar, dude. They
Yeah,
don't
hell
have to
yeah.
go fast to do that.
Yeah, and I mean also you got to take into account like just the percentages, like how many riders that are going to the skate park. It's not like you let bikes in, then all of a sudden there's 20 bikers and all of them are riding at top
Right.
speed, you know? It's
Right.
averages. Like you'll have a couple guys, then you'll have some kids starting out, just like how there's skaters, where there's a kid starting out, and then there's a guy who's ripping through the bowl doing 20 laps with no regard to anyone else, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, and you just have to assume that inherent danger that comes with riding. So I don't think that argument again just doesn't hold any ground. And then there's also
Yeah.
the typical like skaters and bikers don't get along. I
My
mean
best
back in the day,
one of my best friends in the world is a skateboarder. Like,
yeah,
and has been since we were 12. Like that's I mean, from time to time there's rivalries,
yeah,
and
but
um
I don't think it's as mainstream as it used to be. I mean, back in like 2013, 2012, I never had it with like skaters and bikers. We didn't really jive or whatever. Now I hang out with a
yeah,
bunch of skaters at the skate park,
yeah.
or
It's
even
because we're all the
go to a
same.
new skate park. Yeah, we're just all there to have fun.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember like the whole like, oh, scooters, I hate scooters, fuck scooters and stuff. Now it's like I think everyone's kind of gotten over that and
Yeah.
matured, and
Yeah.
especially the culture.
I
So
will
I
always
think
think that it's lame, and I
mhm,
will always think that they should choose skateboarding or bike riding
yeah.
because they're just so much cooler.
Mhm.
But there I don't feel any kind of like,
Hostility.
hatred, thank you,
Yeah.
hostility, or you shouldn't be here, you don't belong.
Mhm.
I just look at you and go, you seem like a cool kid. Can you just pick one? Because you're like an El Camino. You're not quite a truck. You're not quite a car, which makes you kind of lame.
Just make it up.
Yeah.
We're talking to you, Trevor. It's time to choose.
Get a bike.
But yeah, I think because when we were at Naples Skate Park a few months back, the lady came out and she said, "Oh, why aren't more bikers?" And I say, "Well, it's because the hours and stuff. Because they split it up. They allow skaters and they allow bikers individually." And
See,
she
that's weird
said,
too. You're
like,
creating divide.
Yeah,
right there,
exactly.
you know?
And then she said, "Well, what if we offered more sessions?" I said, "You can mix the sessions up, like, it doesn't matter." And she says, "Won't the bikers and skaters fight?" And I'm like, "No,
No, it's not
no
like
one cares."
Bloods and Crips or something. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not how it is. I mean,
Mhm.
the skate park that I grew up at, that skaters and BMXers, all fought for, mostly BMXers, but there's skaters that came to those council meetings too.
Mhm.
Um, was it was a little segregated where we had a big section that what had like box jumps and spines and like wall rides and like that kind of stuff. And there
Mhm.
was a smaller section that was specifically for skateboarding, but you were allowed in either one. I mean, skateboarders could come over to the big side, and a lot of
Yeah.
them would, mostly like the shredders. And then BMXers, we would go over to the small side if we wanted to try a trick on a smaller quarter
Mhm.
or a smaller grind box first, whatever. Um, and yeah, God, that whole like BMXer versus skater thing really, really dies down quick
Yeah.
when you bring down those borders where skateboarders and BMXers are hanging out. They start to realize that they are very similar, and they listen to the same music, they have similar upbringings, they ride the same stuff. A BMXer sees a skate video for the first time, a skater sees a BMXer video for the first time, and they're just like, oh dang, that song is cool, or that banger was cool, or what's that trick called?
Mhm.
And one of my best friends and I, who's a skateboarder, we love to play this game called Equivalence, where we're like,
Uh-huh.
hey, what's the skate equivalent of that trick or that pro skater? And
Oh,
then we'll
okay.
talk, and so we'll say, Sean Burns is like Corey Duffel, or whatever, and it's so much fun. And by the end of his skate career, he had more BMX friends than he had skateboarder friends, because he was just a little bit like us.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think it, you know there's so much more that connects us than divides us as far
Mhm.
as skating and BMX. And for these public parks to not see that is it's a real shame.
Yeah, because I mean, they're just sitting in a government office, just kind of like seeing what they see on the internet and not actually feet on the ground. And I mean,
Really.
a lot of that kind of division that's out there is just out of arrogance, I feel. Like the
Yeah.
whole like it's called a skate park, not a bike park, like okay,
Cool.
that's cool. And then
Right.
what?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of weird. And kind of this goes into I don't know if you've seen this video. This is wild. This is an old Dylan Stark video, Dylan Stark's vlogs, right? And this
Yeah.
is at the infamous Venice Beach skate park, the one from the Grand Theft Auto games. It looks absolutely fun. Strictly skate only. And there's been like a couple
Yeah.
like I know like Tanner Fox has gone out there and messed around on a scooter, Dylan Stark, Ryan Taylor, a couple other people have. And
So
every time,
scooters are cool.
no scooters are not allowed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
strictly skateboard.
Okay.
In
At least
Southern
they're being
California where it's
consistent.
everyone's equal and all that kind of stuff, but then you
Yeah.
have that. So
Yeah.
this is a old Dylan Stark. Um, Ahead of time, guys, I'm gonna apologize for the language and stuff because it does get a little out of control here. But
You might
I
want to
mean,
bring the volume down a little bit. The last one was like pretty loud for me. I don't know how it'd be
okay,
for our viewers.
okay. Let me. How's that?
And I can't hear anything, so that's great.
Oh my God, an
Yeah.
ad. All right, let me get this thing out. All right, here we go. So here we go. This is a pause in the video. Clearly not in the way. This is the main culprit that starts the issues.
Okay.
And if the video would start. Oh my. All right.
Yeah, not in there.
Not in there. Riding on the side.
Chilling.
All right. Dylan's boosting as usual.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Hey, man, we're all
Fucking snake me too on that dumbass bike or something he just said. And he was riding on the side.
So this is happening at Venice.
Yeah, this is at Venice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a while ago. All right. And then I guess another biker was there. Dylan over here. Still arguing.
Dude, like you for 1 minute.
Oh, here he comes.
We got 10 signs that say no bikes here. You guys want to come? You guys want to come here and get in the fucking way? Take that shit. You guys
See that the whole
What a
we
hard
got
ass. I would have
signs
fucking
here.
dropped him. I would have dropped him in 2 fucking seconds. He wouldn't even got that sentence out.
We
Coming
got
at somebody,
signs, you know, like
there you definitely have skated street before at a place that says no skateboarding. So shut your mouth.
Yep, exactly.
Like shut up, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't come at me aggro that quick, because that's
Yeah.
gonna really poorly for you.
And I
Wow.
got to applaud Dylan for how he's handling this, saying
Totally.
like we're all just
I
having
wish
fun
I was that
too,
big.
dude.
I wish I was that big of a person.
When this guy initially said like you snaked me, first thing he said was sorry, bro, and then the guy kept
Right.
running
He's
his
like,
mouth.
sorry, man. Yeah.
I mean, whenever you run into these situations, guys, the more cool, calm, and collected you are, the more these guys are probably gonna walk away or just get
Or
more
look stupid.
escalated
Yeah.
and just look stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly. which
Cooler
is-
heads prevail for sure.
Mhm.
I wish I could take my own advice, but
But it's also gonna keep your ass out of trouble too.
yeah, that's true.
are fucking
But if you're
gay
under
as fuck,
18,
bro.
get in trouble.
Alright, bro.
Are you allowed to say that on YouTube?
What?
If you're under 18, get in trouble.
No. we
That
don't
that
support
that record gets wiped at 18, dude.
No, dude,
Swing
not
on
anymore.
somebody.
No, you get canceled, son. That stays with you.
Well,
We have computers now.
Yeah, I'll give you my skateboard, bro.
Gay faggot ass, bro. You
I mean,
want
this
to
guy
drive
is
up,
just
you want-
dropping.
you want
He's just
ugly
mad.
ass air with your ugly ass bike with your ugly ass. Just get out of here.
your ugly ass.
No,
He's upset about his ass.
Yeah.
This is
That was good air.
acceptable here. You guys are trash.
You see this? This is OG suicide, homie. He's riding
Well, my
this
dad's
skateboard.
Froggy from Suicidal, so you should
Yeah?
know who my
Now
dad
they're
Yeah?
he's gang
Call him
affiliated.
up and tell him to come down here.
I will. I will.
I will. I will.
Suicidal, so you should know who my dad is.
Yeah?
This is so perfect.
I will. I will.
Like you lost there, dude. You should just walk away.
Jesse, tell him there's bikes in here.
Jesse sounds cool,
He'll
man.
tell you to get the fucking bikes out of here. Jesse ain't gonna tell you to let the bikes rock.
He did, told
Oh
me already.
my god.
Hey, he did.
There ain't no bikes allowed here.
All right, so this is
There ain't no
I
bikes allowed
think
here. You guys wanna come and get in the way? Take that shit for real.
I've been ready for 3 hours. Nobody complained.
Oh, well, then look,
sorry.
like go off and skate. It's completely empty.
Wait while I'm in the middle of a run. You're exiled. You
Oh my
exiled.
God.
You gotta go.
You're
Big
exiled.
old buck.
Look how clean his board is too. Like it has 0 scratches on it. Like this dude is a straight up poser.
Yeah.
Lump licking ass, bro. Take your ass out of here, bro.
Alright, person.
Fuck, this is a skate park, not a.
You just called him a poser, called him out on it.
So,
Yes. Welcome to the winter time in Venice. Welcome to winter in Venice, homie. Man, take your old ass out of here.
Damn, so much longer to start from one run. What is
Recognize you. You must not know where you're at right now.
I know where the fuck I'm at.
You at the skate park, not the bike park. So stop.
There it is. There it is.
Good one. Good
Oh
one.
my god.
Good one, dude.
Yeah.
I'm okay, day was yesterday, fool.
No lesbians, Wayne Dykes. Film
Why
this.
just discriminate some more, fool?
Film this and put it on YouTube.
Oh, it will be, bro. You're about to be
Don't
famous.
ever come back to Venice on an ugly bike. Thank you.
On an ugly bike. Okay, so if he had a great looking bike, he's Dylan
I mean,
Stark, by the way.
His-
If he had a great looking bike and his ass was nicer
Mhm.
and his air that he did was nicer to a skateboarder who knows jack shit about BMX,
Yeah.
he'd be totally cool with all this.
I guess. Well, I mean, his
It's like,
buddy.
totally
we're,
fine.
we're now on his buddy's view on his GoPro. He had a jet fuel bike. I mean, you had polar opposites. You had full black, and you had the jet fuel. I mean,
Yeah,
Where's the good looking bike to this guy?
he doesn't know it. No.
Ugh. So here, all right. So then this is the craziest part. This just fully catches you out. Jump scare mode.
Okay.
Yo.
What the fuck?
Right?
Yo, chill.
Shut up, nigga.
And then that dude kicked his helmet. And this is a $3,000 camera right here, easily,
Yeah.
and just knocks it out of his hands.
Yo. Alright, I'm out of here. Yo, chill.
Shut up, nigga. Oh, fuck up. You over this shit. What's
What an asshole, dude.
Yeah.
Weird ass niggas. You still recording, huh? You think shit funny, huh? What's up? What the fuck?
Like, what? Where does this entitlement come from, man? It's
Yeah.
it's
Well, I think honestly, it probably stems a little bit from surf culture
mhm,
in California, Southern California.
Yeah.
They really take their like locals only stuff really seriously, and that's
Mhm.
part of the culture. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I've experienced it myself when I was trying to learn to surf when I lived in Southern California. I got pushed off of my board by like a 12-year-old. Like I was 25, 26, and I was
Uh-huh.
just learning to surf, and I caught maybe my like fifth wave of my life, my
Mhm.
whole life.
You're
Like
Keanu Reeves in Point Break, dude.
yeah, dude. I'm Johnny Utah. I played for
Mhm.
Ohio State. And you know, like I'm catching my first wave. I'm feeling so good. And this like 12-year-old kid comes out of nowhere, calls me a kook, and literally pushes me off my board.
Damn, that kid's
Yeah.
gangster.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, hard ass. Like, I'm totally down with it. Like, we protected our skate park that we grew up with as
Mhm.
well, but we weren't like, we wanted people to come in.
Yeah.
But if you disrespected it or whatever, that's different.
Mhm.
Dylan here and this guy clearly not doing anything disrespectful. They're not drinking, throwing bottles or
Yeah.
whatever. That he was not in that guy's way. He didn't cut anybody off or whatever. But for
Mhm.
whatever reason, these people are just looking for a reason to yell at the BMXers.
Yeah.
So they're half kind of maybe getting ready to drop in, and
Mhm.
the dude zooms in front of him or whatever. And he's just looking for a reason.
Yeah.
But I would assume being in Southern California, it's just part of the culture down there that stems from
Mhm.
surf culture,
Yeah.
and they bring it to the skate parks.
Yeah,
And
and then it just gets exemplified.
yeah,
That does
but
make sense.
this is the wrong way to do it. Like, he's
Yeah.
not upset about this is a locals only park. He's not upset about you've disrespected the park by, again, throwing trash all over the place or being
Mhm.
obnoxious or being like a dickhead. Like, they're just waiting for something so they can like throw a fit, and they got
And
no
say it's
room
a
to
skate
stand
park.
on. It's a
Well, they
skate
do.
park.
It's called a skate park, not a bike park, Eric.
Right. Totally. I get it.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
BMX
semantics.
bikes and skateboarding ride the exact same stuff when it comes to
Mhm.
a park, and we can say that till we're blue in the face. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
these kind of skaters are the ones who are perpetuating this false
Mhm.
rivalry. And also, like, there again, skateboarding is by its core anti-establishment.
Mhm.
And now all of a sudden you're like fucking down with the cops and the governors and
Get the park ranger over here and tell this guy to leave.
hell yeah, like,
Yeah.
follow all the rules. There's
Mhm.
rules posted here, and I follow the rules. I'm a little goody two shoes. And I guarantee there's shit at that Venice park that says something about wearing a helmet.
Mhm.
And that guy's not wearing a fucking helmet.
And dude, I bet this is a small minority of the skate community that feels this way.
Yeah.
That will go out, because I mean, otherwise it would have been hundreds of skaters on that guy, because it did have a number of people there, so it just makes other skaters look bad, because then there's all these people watching skaters fight, and it's like, oh, these people are dangerous, we need to stay away. So
Yeah.
but this goes
Oh, here we go. Here, I got the
oh
rules. You ready?
yeah, let's hear it. This is the Venice Beach rules.
Yeah, no BMX, no scooters or BMX bicycles allowed in the skate plaza.
Yeah, there's like a small street section outside of the main bowl section that's just like curbs and stuff.
So that probably means that they are allowed in the place that Dylan was just riding.
No, that's the transition section. There's like a sidewalk area outside of that.
Helmets, elbow pads, and knee pads are required for skateboarders, Mr. Rule Follower. Yeah. No glass bottles, no graffiti, no profanity.
Oh.
Wait. Maybe you said that and then I thought that I read it. No glass bottles, graffiti, tagging, stickers, smoking, alcohol, skateboarding under the influence, no skating when it's wet, no food or beverage.
Oh.
No animals. There's a dog there in the beginning of the video. We heard it. Yeah, so if you're going to follow the rules, follow all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
you don't get to pick and choose.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Quit cherry picking just because you're looking for a fight.
Yeah.
And that one dude who came up at last minute and threw some punches, he just
Wait.
has anger problems and he's looking for a fight. Like he's just
Yeah.
like looking for a reason to fight.
So again, this is going to make your blood boil. I haven't shown this to Eric yet, but I've seen a number of these videos coming out recently. I know Braille, that skateboarding channel, they recently did this. But the biggest issue is bikers ruin skate parks, right? Well, what's
Oh, you mean like it's like why bikes aren't allowed in parks is because of damage?
Yeah, that's
the
what
park?
people like. A majority of skaters
Yeah,
who are
I don't buy
anti-bike
that.
say they
Yeah.
destroy skate parks. But
Yeah, I don't buy that.
why is this? This is now a mainstream trend. Oh, another ad.
On the back of you.
But this is a new thing that I've seen.
Yeah.
This was uploaded 2 years ago, but I've seen some newer videos. But this is like a shorter, more condensed one.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
That's sick. That's actually sick.
Okay, it is sick. It is
That is
sick.
sick. Look how fucking cool that is.
But
Because
these are BMX dirt chunks.
who fucking cares? Look how sick that
know.
is. That rules, dude.
Wow, this is a completely different reaction than I thought you would have.
Dude, that goes so hard.
I mean, it is badass.
Yeah, dude, that absolutely is so sick. Here's why it's sick.
Okay, let's hear it. I'm completely surprised.
Here's why
I thought
this
you were
is
gonna
sick.
blow a gasket
Number
right
one,
now.
BMX Trails is the coolest thing to ever exist in the
Okay.
history of humankind.
Fair
right?
enough.
I truly believe that. It is so unbelievably a cool thing. Like everything about it is so awesome.
Right.
And I remember thinking when we weren't allowed into certain skate parks, like how lucky we were as BMXers to be able to have more street spots available to us because of our tires, where some spots just aren't possible for skateboarding, where like BMXers would kind of monster truck over stuff.
Right.
And so we have more street spots available, and then we also have trails.
Right.
You know what I mean? Here's why this is cool and this doesn't piss me off. There is no way these guys are here without permission from the guys who are digging.
Fair.
There's no way.
Okay.
It's just impossible. It's the middle of the day. It's peak season. These trails are very well maintained. The tarps are off. The carpets are off. Like these guys aren't here because they snuck in with their boards and are like shredding it and like tearing it up and this and that. And those wheels, while they might do a little bit more damage, like the guys who are digging these trails are probably letting these guys skate when they're getting ready to do some facing or to put some water down or something. Like this is so fucking cool. If these boards with these like wheels, looks like OJ wheels, maybe it's like a thing with these specific wheels that are clearly for this. If these are doing more damage, I think the BMXers who are digging would be like, yo, that's kind of messing the trails up. Like this was really cool, but like it's got to stop. You know what I mean? Like this is sick.
But if it was like
so sick.
I agree. I think it's badass.
It is badass. It is badass. Now
I'm completely thrown off. I'm completely thrown off, to be honest. Because
no,
guys,
dude, because
Eric is a trail dog.
I am a trail dog. I love skateboarding. And if anyone, you cannot deny the roots of BMX in skateboarding. And to be able to see them like shred trails,
just kind of go like that, you know?
So fucking cool. See, and I wish that skaters had that mentality whenever BMXers show up to Venice Beach skate park or any other skate park. Like, get over it. Like, we all ride the same stuff. And now, like, see, this is tearing. See, earlier we were in the podcast, we were talking about tearing down the walls and realizing that more connects us. Like, think about trails. Realistically, if that was made of concrete, a skateboarder wants to ride that. It's transition. There's gaps, there's berms, there's whoops, there's all this stuff that would be so dope for a shredder to ride. And now he gets the opportunity to do it because we're tearing down walls by giving him these like goofy ass like wheels. That's so cool. This is the mentality that we need to bring to the other side.
Dang. You know what, Eric, you've opened my eyes, because I thought going into this, I thought this was whack and very hypocritical. It made me kind of angry, but you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
these aren't
circumstances.
these aren't the homies kicking you out of the
Yeah.
skate park. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way these guys skateboarding are the ones that are kicking BMXers out of the park. It's just not going to happen. These guys have to be homies with these guys to even know these trails exist. Like,
true.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this is dope.
Okay. All right. You've changed my outlook. I mean, I was stoked on it. Like, I thought it was super sick, but like with the subject that we're covering, I kind of thought it was like, oh, that's frustrating.
I love it. Yeah, no, I love, regardless of your intention here, I think look, that's doing nothing.
Oh.
Even trucking the top of that lip did less damage than what if some asshole cased it.
True.
If you sprocket case a lip, you're going to do a lot more damage than that truck did just now.
Yeah.
See, look, there's a BMXer there. Look, yeah, that's doing nothing because that's some hard packed good stuff. They got these goofy ass wheels.
I wonder what trails these are. These look fun.
Those wheels look kind of rubbery. I bet that's why they're not doing damage.
They just look like
they're grilling out. They're homies, dude.
Oh yeah, and there we got some.
Look, nice, and this guy's dogging out. Yeah. That's sick.
This is rad.
Who cares what you're fucking riding? You're chilling, you're hanging out in the woods, and
having a hoot and a holler.
Having a hoot and a holler, goofing and gaff. Like, skateboarders never get that experience of being in the woods with the trees and with all your homies. This is somewhere in the South, man. Look at this foliage.
Yeah.
This is closer to you than me, I bet. But look, he's barely doing anything to that fucking lip.
And it's stuff that you can fix up pretty quick too, you know?
Totally. And it might be like beginning of the season or end of the season or something. Again, like I said, like there's no way they're there without permission. There's no way. And that's so fucking rad. If they were there with regular wheels without permission and they were jacking up everything,
that would be a different story.
But not because they're skateboarders, because they're being disrespectful. Right. If you came there on a scooter or you came there on a dirt bike or whatever, I'd be just as fucking pissed. It has nothing to do with that they're skateboarding. It's that they're being disrespectful. These guys are not being disrespectful. They're shredding. They're having fun with the homies. You know, they're hanging out. These guys probably, I don't know them, but they probably picked up a shovel and helped out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm sure they also asked the dudes that like run these trails, like, hey, which line can we ride? What's cool that we ride on and stuff? Because I'm sure the guys have like some super dog lines that they don't want anyone touching. Look at that dirt
in the trees. Like, this has to be the South. Crazy, man.
It is pretty rad. Oh god. Okay, yeah, that's freaking sick.
That's so sick.
And I mean, the way this guy was able to like kick out and also keep his pump and flow was badass.
Yeah, and doing like certain grabs and stuff, you know, over the over some of the doubles, like that's so sick.
Bikers beware, dude's coming for your spots.
There's no way. Big, soft, and fast, dude. That's so cool. See, that makes my one of my best friends, Terry, who I want to get on the podcast here someday. He's a skateboarder, and he also shares. He's a diehard skateboarder, like knows everything about skateboarding, and he also thinks that BMX dirt jumping is the coolest thing ever.
Nice.
And so, I have to get him a pair of these wheels for Christmas or something, and let him come shred some trails.
I wonder if a skater got those wheels if they can go ride Rays. And just slap a sticker on that says city approved.
Ray's approved.
Yeah.
Ray himself said I could skate here.
So I think at the end of the day, the things that should be worried about at a skate park when it comes to who should and quote unquote shouldn't be riding, I think the biggest kind of threat, or not threat, hazard would just be people coming out there, especially young kids who don't have proper adult supervision, first off, which I'll go far into, and just no awareness, like spatial awareness or any idea of skate park etiquette. I think that is the biggest hazard when a mom rolls up in her soccer van, dumps out 5 kids and says, go play, whether
Yep.
they're running around or they just have like a scooter and stuff, and then she turns around and goes back to Starbucks or whatever. That's a big issue.
Yeah,
But
that's
don't get
way
me
more
wrong.
dangerous than a BMXer.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I hope that these kids grow up to pick up a skateboard, pick up a bike, pick up a scooter, whatever, but it's just they need to learn. And I think there's kind of like there's been a culture, at least what I've seen, where people are just straight up dicks to these little kids, screaming at them and stuff. Where I've put myself in their shoes. I went to a skate park for my first time years ago, and I was yelled at by someone because I got in the way. I didn't know, and that turned me off for a while until I would pick up the courage to go back when it's not as packed. So
Yeah.
it is a hazard, but it's something that people can grow from.
Yeah,
It's
I
also
mean, yeah, I take, well, I'm summer camp director by trade, so really good at talking to kids. So I always just go up to kids and be like, hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Just to let you know, not telling you what to do, not telling you what to do with your life, but just so you know, this is a dangerous spot to stand. I've been riding a long time. I'm trying to keep you safe, like give you some pointers here. Like, dangerous spot to stand, go stand over there instead. Take a run, which is where you just go around, maybe try a couple things, and then come back and chill, and then look around. Just like crossing the street. Riding a skateboard is just like crossing the street. Take a look around in every direction before you go.
Yeah,
That's all it
easy
is.
enough.
You know what I mean? And then just back up and be like, hey, I just want to give you my 2 cents, like try to keep you safe. And then if they don't do it, and whatever, then it's like, yo, you are going to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, or if mom and dad's around, be like, not trying to tell you how to parent. I'm a parent myself, but if you want to keep your kids safe, I've seen horrible things happen to children at skate parks. I have seen like hospitalizations happen because of this stuff. And it's really scary.
Yeah, and that's also a good point. Like that's something that I always try to do. I try to kind of figure out who the parent is, and then I can go up, because talking to the kid, they're going to be intimidated, they're going to be scared or whatever, or they're not going to listen or understand. But if you're able to find the parent and go up to them and say like, "Hey, look, this is typically how things flow," because again, at St. Pete, the bowl section, the BMXers kind of chill over here, but then there's like a snake run that comes around. That's basically like a pinball machine that kids who don't know, they'll come shooting down here. We can't see them because they're behind the quarter pipe. And then we just meet in the middle, and there's so many collisions. So I try to make that very evident and just try to talk to them about flow, talk to them about courtesy, not dropping in on people and all that kind of stuff. Because otherwise people, I mean, it happens all the time, and it's happened to me. It happened to me while Eric was filming me, actually.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys now. This was a while ago. Let's see. So I was filming a manual line. Eric was standing behind the camera. It was like a manual down this, manual up, manual around, manual down, come up here, manual bar to fakie. And I did it probably 45 times the same thing, going around in a circle. And this kid right here was watching me the whole time. And he's
eyeing
to go.
You up right now. Look at that.
Yeah. So here's what happened.
Standing there, menacingly.
See, like,
you are in his blind side, kind of, I guess, but he just wasn't.
But he's looking at me.
He's looking at you
right
right now. He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
But again,
I mean, he completely knew where I was going. Fortunately,
so if the argument
got up,
and again, we're not, in my opinion, I know that I hope you're sharing this. Like, we're not trying to flip the coin of like who's dangerous and who shouldn't be allowed in skate parks. What we're trying to say is that skateboards and bikes are inherently dangerous, regardless of who's mixed in with who and who's doing whatever. The danger is etiquette, not wearing a helmet, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, this kid was wearing a helmet.
Yep. I mean, because there's little kids on bikes, there's little kids on scooters. That's more of when things get really dangerous or higher risk or something, especially these little kid. This kid specifically, he actually got up after smashing his face, laughed, and then asked to see the clip. And then the dad, we found the dad, we brought him over, and the dad was like, "You good?" "Yeah, we're good." And then he said, "Well, he'll never do that again." So, kind of cool stuff like that, but it's inherently dangerous, and I think just little kids is like the biggest hazard.
Yeah.
But again, I want the kids to ride. They just gotta learn, they gotta know, and you gotta be patient with them.
Yep.
So, anyways, I thought we could watch a couple of just a couple quick compilation of some kids crashing into people riding. Yeah, dude, I'm getting a pigeonhole watching this stuff.
Oh, box jumps. Oh, these BMXers, they're so
Dude,
dangerous.
Here,
They're
let's
going oh, the face at the end. Oh.
let's go each clip. Let's do a couple of them and
Yeah.
decide who was at fault to finish off the video. I think no one was at fault at this one. I think this kid was in on that. Maybe if that guy was trying that gap a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of like a wash in my opinion. Oh, here we dude. No motorized vehicles.
No motorized vehicles. Where's your knee pads?
Oh, dude, he's doing pretty good.
He's an idiot. What a save some pussy for the rest of us, you know?
Oh. Yeah, I just think that's an overpacked skate park.
Scooter in program. Skateboard. Scooter.
You see, I think that this right here, this
Yeah,
like
that's
whole
lame.
like scooter sucks, that's lame. Let the kid ride the
Yeah, it's
scooter,
like scooters do suck,
but keep that to yourself.
but keep it.
I don't have a problem with scooters. I don't have a problem with scooter kids and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
I think this is lame in my opinion.
I kind of like the trade-in program, but only if the kid is genuinely interested in it.
Yeah, and not in
then to,
front of
like,
his friends who are also
Yeah.
riding on a scooter and they're like, shit, this sucks. So
Start skating
I mean, he
young,
seems stoked.
Young,
Okay, they know each other.
Yeah, that's lame.
Lame. See,
If that actually happened though.
yeah, bullying's really funny. Oh boy.
Oh, just nuts. Oh,
See,
dude.
that's skateboarders.
That guy's gonna catch a court case.
That's the skateboarder's fault. That's the kid's fault.
Yeah. Because I'm sure he was trying that multiple times and he just rode in front.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can clearly see that's a jump and he was cooking at it. Posers.
Did you watch this before?
No, I didn't. See, yeah, this is
Yeah,
that's
dumb.
lame.
These guys are posers.
Yeah.
Oh, he saved him. Oh, he saved him.
But
No, he
why
didn't.
doesn't
He's
this
dead.
kid have a helmet?
He doesn't have a
dude?
helmet on.
So wild to me.
And that guy didn't stop filming to help that kid.
Yeah.
Small skate parks and replace these scooters with skateboards under the feet.
Yeah, that's
Just take the
lame.
scooter-
This whole trade your scooter in for a skateboard thing, eradicate all scooters, dude. Just let the kid
Yeah.
ride. They'll if
Yeah.
they want it. Like if a kid's riding a scooter at a skate park and he sees a bike and he sees a skateboard, if he wants to ride a bike or a skateboard, he can make that decision for himself. You don't need to eradicate him and do it for them.
I will say that also. I do feel kind of embarrassed for dudes who are like over 20 and still scooter though. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dude, you never figured it out, like to do one or the other. You're still here. I don't know.
You little thing.
But
He's still here.
eradicating it, like they're kids, like you're saying.
Dude, yeah.
You know? But when they grow up to be adults, I'm like, what are you doing?
Dismantle the handlebars.
Meet a
Why?
girl at a bar and she says, "What do you do?" "I ride a scooter."
Yeah, but like maybe
Yeah.
girls who aren't BMXers or skateboarders, though, they're like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I play video games; those are for kids. I read
Oh,
comic books; those are. Oh my
Jesus.
god!
All right. Dude, that's annoying.
I mean, they're not even looking,
Dude.
and no helmets.
They looked at the camera.
Look at these edges. Look at the edges here. If you smash your head or your face on that as a little
You're
kid
done.
who doesn't know how to like take care of themselves, and your brain is still developing, that's a skateboarder's fault.
No, I mean, I don't know, because he was doing that line like the up then back. So I don't know. I feel like that could be a wash. I mean, these parks are just overpacked and people are just going willy-nilly. Like,
Yeah. Oh
anyways.
my god, lame.
So I think we get the picture here.
Yeah.
So got about 4 minutes left. So any final thoughts, Eric?
I think just like anything, I think we need to find out what unites us more than divides us.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that someday, local parks and local park officials, people in the Parks and Rec departments or whatever, whoever
Mhm.
makes these decisions, just figures that out and just lets everybody ride, and instead tries to enforce rules about helmets and safety and etiquette. Not that you can really do rules about etiquette, but
Yeah, you got to change more of like the
local
people
skate
who are
park
riding there.
communities work on your etiquette and how to pass that etiquette in a nice way down to the younger kids, and enforce rules that matter,
Mhm.
especially helmets for kids under 18, or however you want to do it. Like, their brains are
Yeah.
still developing. That stuff's so dangerous.
Yeah.
BMX and skateboarding is really, really cool stuff. Like,
Mhm.
it's really awesome, and we're all the same. We're here to ride the same stuff, and it sucks. It sucks that it's still out there. I think it's getting a lot better,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Yeah, there's work to be done. Another thing that it's kind of hard to do and it's kind of far-fetched, but it is doable. When cities are planning on putting on a skate park and you kind of hear word about that, they have city council meetings, like input meetings. If you
Yeah.
can get a group of your buddies going to do that, I know Matt Copeland and a bunch of guys did that to help get bikes into St. Pete Skate Park. So
Nice.
doing that is a really huge help. So kind of just pay attention, or if you hear any word or stuff, look out for that. Grab some friends and go there. Look presentable. Don't go up there going all aggro. Like, be polite and all that, and everything can help.
Totally.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Cork 5 podcast. Again, if you have any clips that you want to send for Eric and I to check out, have any questions, or you want to share any experiences of you guys getting kicked out of a skate park, check out the Discord. Link is down in the description, or you can email the two of us at the corked5podcast@gmail.com, which will be down below. Also, if you want to get any bike parts, check anything out. Go to timetoshinebmx.com. They have everything that you need. Also, there is an amazing organization that I'm working with called VetPod, Veterans Empowered to Protect African Wildlife. Check them out. It's vetpod.org, link down in the description. Give them a follow, donate, whatever you can do, because they're doing amazing stuff. Follow Eric at Eric X Brown on Instagram. Follow myself at The Real J.R. Hobbs. And check out my clothing company, lymbmx.com. Eric's got the old school hoodie. I don't have anything on, actually. I'll look lame. But good stuff, good tall tees, good quality, perfect for riding in. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Get out of here. Go ride or skate.
Fucking subscribe.